Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. This is a little bit different. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use CAPCUT, at least how I use it on the PC version. This is how I make all my edits, all my little videos that I post on TikTok. Unlike me. So I'm just going to be walking you guys through the basics, like how to sync your clips, anime edits, the sound of the song, how to use the masking feature on CapCut, and other animations and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll help you out a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so we're over here. We got an audio already in here. Sorry, I started my first recording and realized my mic wasn't recording. So we're back again, but we've got our audio in here just for the sake of things. We're going to lower the audio a little bit just so it's not too loud. We've imported our audio. We just clicked extract audio and then picked one of the ones that I already had saved to my files. I'm going to go over to media. Already got a couple clips loaded in. Yeah, just from my files. So let's go ahead and get 2 clips in here. And before we do anything else, we want to make sure we don't have like the video or the audio selected down here on the bottom left. We're going to go up here to details. Click modify and sorry about that. I'm assuming you want your video to be high quality. So the first thing you want to make sure you do is come down here. Once you click details in the top right, you're going to come down to frame rate and you want to make sure you set your frame rate to 60 FPS. It's going to take a second, but then you should be all good. And just like that, huge difference from what it was before. So what I typically do is I map out where the beat drops happen. So I kind of, generally speaking, I use songs that I've listened to before. If I didn't, I would spend more time understanding the length of the song and where I want to crop out the song, like which part of the song I want to use, because I don't want my intros to be too long. Like intros are the most important part. The intros is what 99% of people that come across your video are going to see, and the intro is the part that's going to keep them watching your video. So obviously we'll get into that later, but yeah, you want your intros to be good. But yeah, we got our audio here and we got our clip. So here we'll just pick out one beat, and the first thing we're going to go over is how to sync your clips to the sound of the song. So let's go ahead and find a beat. Yeah, we'll use this one. So I'm just going to go back and forth until I get it like right about where I want like the ball landing on my screen to hit the beat drop. So I'm gonna control zoom in with my scroll wheel to try and get it more accurate. No, that's not enough beats happening there, so scooch back a bit. Okay, that should be good. And then I want to mark this point with M on my keyboard. Just the letter M on your keyboard, and you're just gonna mark it there. So now we know where our first beat drop is. So you can just click on it to go back to it and right on the beat. So now the next thing you want to do is find the exact frame where the ball or where your kill's happening, where the ball's landing, stuff like that. So we're going to go to our first clip. We're going to find out when the ball lands. So I want to time this when I hold on. Okay, as I was saying, we want to time when the ball hits the ground. So I'm going to come over here. You can see the ball registers right there, but I'm going to do it like once my character turns green too. This is just where I want the beat drop to happen. So I'm going to click on the clip now that I know where I want it. And then I'm going to come over here on the left, in the bottom left hand corner where it says split, or you can use the keybind Control B, but I usually just do everything by moving my mouse around. And then I'm going to select this. What this is going to do is it's going to split where that white line in the middle of your screen is on your clip. Wherever that is, when you press split, it's going to break your clip in half, or not into halves, but it's gonna break your clip. So watch this. Boom, right where that white line is, now we have 2 separate clips. And now what you want to do is align this gap that you have in between the 2 clips right here, and you're gonna want to drag it over here. One thing you do have to know is about CapCut and probably any other video editing software is that there's different layers. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna copy this clip right here, and you can overlay clips like on top of each other, as you can see right here. And let's say these are different clips. You can always drag it, put it on top, move this one, put it on top, or drag this above and kind of like leave a gap there. But we don't want that. So I'm just going to Control Z to undo all that. We're going to bring the clip that we just split in half, and we're going to bring it up to the second layer. All right. Then we're going to shrink this first clip just to get it smaller, just so we can move it around. Because if obviously like this is the beginning, so you can't move it any further. So we're gonna drag this over, this first clip over to where your spike hits, and we want the end part to match up with the marker that we left earlier. So we're gonna put it right there, and then we're just gonna bring the second half of the clip right there, and just like that, boom, just like that. Let's lower the audio because you can't really hear the music over it. So we're just gonna click on these clips. We're gonna lower the volume, and it should be good. Bang, just like that. And then if you want to accentuate it, you're gonna want to put an effect, or not an effect, sorry, an animation, which is what I use. Some people use effects, but I use the animations that you can see up here in the top right. In animations are ones that start towards the beginning of your clip. That animations tend to start towards the end of your clip, and then the combos are ones that are just consistently just like running throughout the entire duration of your clip. And I put it on the second half of the clip, and I will, perfect. We have the unfold clip, or the unfold animation. So we're gonna go ahead and select that. We'll leave it at 0.5 seconds. You can change the duration. So, obviously if I select 4 seconds, it's much slower, like obviously, but we don't want that. We just want it to be quick. So we'll put it back down to 0.5, and we'll watch the clip from the beginning. Boom, just like that. Just like that. And then the next pattern I follow after that is we want to make sure we re-elongate the first clip so that it fits all the empty space, so we can put it down on the bottom layer, because the bottom layer will automatically bring all the clips together instead of letting you move them freely around like this in the upper layer. So we want to make sure that there's no space for it to move, and then we'll drag these back down into the main layer, and just like that. And you kind of just follow that pattern. Find another beat drop to end this clip on to make it smoother. So we'll end it right here on this one. Okay, that sounds fine. So I'm going to click on the clip, and then I'm going to click on the end of it, and then I'm going to drag it back right to where we just found the beat drop, and it should change on the beat drop. So we've got the spike on the beat drop, and then it ends on the beat drop. And then you follow the same process. You want to find another beat, then you're gonna mark it with the letter M. You're gonna find where your next spike happens. So let's say I wanted to clip this part where I received the ball. I would split it there, move it into the top layer, move it over to the marker, continue the process, and that's a basic, nice edit you've got yourself. It's not super complicated. It's simple, it's on beat, it's satisfying to watch, and this will do it 90% of the time. Now, moving into the more complicated stuff, such as masking. You'll go over here, you'll click on a clip, and then you'll see in this second layer from the top, where it's like below where it says video, audio, speed, animation, you'll have basic, remove background, and mask. We're going to click on mask. Now, there's easy masks to do, where it's just like it comes in specific shapes like rectangle, circle, film strip, split, star, heart. You could even do text, brush. I think it's just, yeah, I don't really know what that does. I guess it just masks that. We'll undo that though, because we don't want that. Here, we'll just, oh, there we go. Or we can do like a pen mask, which lets you just like basically just create your own mask, just like that. But we're not here for any of that. So first thing you want to do is you're going to want another clip behind this clip, because what I do is I use masks to help me transition into the next clip. Like I use masking as a transition. So I'm going to show you right here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click on this clip. We're going to press Control C, or if you're on a Mac, Command C, to copy the clip. Then we're just going to click right above it, drag it to fit. So now we've got two of the same clip playing over each other. And here's the important part. The reason why we do this is to have the clip showing through the back. And what we're going to be masking is this top clip, because obviously, this top clip is going to be right here on the surface of, oh, let me undo that. Sorry about that. It's going to be on the top of this clip on the bottom. So if you mask the bottom clip, nothing's going to show, because the top clip's going to be on top and it's going to be covering it. So we're going to go ahead and literally just do like we'll just do a rectangle. So we'll select rectangle mask on our clip on the top. Now, obviously, you can't see it because these two are timed at the exact same time. So we'll delete this and then we'll just elongate this one. And as you can see here, there's your mask right there. It appears, and you can add an animation to it too, so that when it comes in, you know, it looks cool. So we'll just add an animation there. Boom, and look, right on beat, because that's exactly where we ended the clip, right? So yeah, I mean, you can kind of mess around with this and maybe do something like let's say we'll go here. So we'll split it right there. We'll cut the clip in half, and then we'll return this second half of the clip back to full size to as the transition. So we're gonna go back to basic, and then or not basic, sorry. We're gonna so we're gonna split the clip here, and we're gonna go undo the mask so that it goes back to its regular size. We'll shrink this bottom clip since we don't need this running on any longer, since this is where the clip will go back to its original size. We'll bring it down to the bottom, and then we'll add an effect too, just so that it doesn't just look like this. Instead of just looking like that, we'll give it a cooler transition back in. So we could do like maybe like a shake. Yeah, that's cool. But I like this effect's really nice. So we'll watch it again. So from the beginning, there it is. And there's your transition. It's not really on beat. I lied. So let's sync it to the audio. So okay, that should be good. So we'll move this clip back up here, since, you know, whenever you drag it to the bottom, it, like I said, it just goes right back and fills up any space that you have. So we're going to drag this up top. Then we're going to drag this clip out to here and this up to here to last until the beat drop. And then we'll bring this clip back down so it'll look a little something like this. And boom, just like that, you've now successfully used a mask as a transition. And obviously you can freestyle with this. You can use like maybe like this instead if you want, like a rectangle, just like that, to transition into the clip. Or you could even do like a custom mask, like I said, with the pen mask. So we'll go back here, and then let's say we just want to I don't know, let's say we just want to like mask out like our character. So we just do that. Obviously it doesn't look the best. You can like do something more specific with it. Like you can zoom in and mask frame by frame, and what I mean by that is, so we'll like outline the character, make sure he's still in frame. So we'll just do this kind of roughly like around my character, just like that. And then on your keyboard, you're just gonna press the arrow key to the right on your keyboard one time, and it'll move over by one frame. And you can see my character is now moved out of the mask. So you can just readjust it by dragging on these to fit the new frame, kind of like this. So we'll just kind of roughly do it just to make sure our character stays inside the frame. And you kind of just do this one by one for every single frame to keep him in frame, and it'll follow your character. But obviously it's very time consuming. But yeah, that's how you do that. So let's go back to our rectangle mask and zoom out. And that's how you do that. I think that's about it, really. I mean, unless, yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. I basically went over like everything I use, just like masking and dragging the clips to fit each other. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to let me know and leave them down in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped out a little bit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more cool videos. I've got another mukbang coming soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.